All right, my friends. Here we are, episode 36. Wow. With my good friend Edgar Martinez. He has a YouTube channel called Outlands Overwatch. I mean, he's just, it's been like right under 600 days, right? Tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
Yeah, so my name's not Edgar Martinez. It's just my character's name, but
Yeah.
obviously I'm not a Latino, but anyway, so I can get into that later. But I'm a bartender and I'm a restaurant manager. I work in an airport, so you always the thing that I do after work to kind of blow off steam, and it's my cup of coffee in the morning, kind of get on UO, start farming, and relax. So I got the wife, the kids, the house, the achy knees. So that's all you need to know about me.
Man, working bartending in an airport and managing a restaurant, you probably see people from all over the world. I bet
Oh
that's
yeah.
really cool, man. Really cool.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, I had Post Malone like 2 months ago. Came in, tipped one of my bartenders $1,000. Not me, unfortunately, but pretty awesome. I mean, to name drop a few, we had Shane Gillis in there maybe a few months ago, which was cool. He's super down to earth guy. So
Yeah. I'm,
just people from
I'm real big
people
into
from all over the
comedy
world.
and Kill Tony
Hmm.
right now. And, Shane Gillis has been on Kill Tony quite a bit. So that'd be
Yeah.
really cool. And then as far as Post Malone goes, his favorite drink is some orange, like Gatorade from Applebee's. Maybe it's not Gatorade. Orange Mountain Dew, I think it is. But
Yeah, you'd think that, but I think he was doing like because he had a Bud Light, and I think he was doing like a Bud Light, like because it's kind of weird for him to be at that bar anyway, because they usually use like the private gates and stuff.
uh-huh.
So I think he was kind of doing it because he was having people film him for like you know Facebook posts and stuff. So he was drinking Bud Light to
Yeah,
be.
yeah, that's cool.
So, but it was pretty cool. We've had a few like I don't know, like weird Nickelodeon stars that I didn't know and rappers that I wasn't aware who they were, but other people told me they were pretty big deals. So
It's awesome.
yeah.
It's awesome. So let's talk about gaming, man. What
Yeah.
like go back to early years, man. What kind of got you into gaming?
Uh Dungeons and Dragons. So me and all my buddies were just nerding out all day long, all night long,
Yeah.
playing tabletop RPGs. And then, when we were by ourselves at home, we would play like old PC games like Gold Box, Dungeons and Dragons games, all the Ultima games. We were obsessed with those. We had some kind of older friends that kind of showed it to us. And then I was really into like Fallout 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And then, like there was some Dark Sun. I don't know if you ever played those Dark Sun RPG games from like the mid 90s, early 90s.
Not Dark Sun,
That
no.
was It's not, they're not super popular, but that was probably my first like game I ever played as a kid. I was obsessed with it. And then of course all the early Bethesda games like Daggerfall.
Yeah.
So,
Dude, Fallout 1 and Fallout 2. Well, they were like the turn-based ones, right? You had like turn units, movement units.
Isometric.
Yeah.
Super rough. Those are the back in the day when video games were made by like 8 people, and they were kind of like punk rock and just more edgy, I think. And so the original Fallout really set the tone.
Very difficult too. Like I can remember it's, you try to steal stim packs out of somebody's, bag or whatever, and then all of a sudden they just blast you in the face with a shotgun with your 90% chance to steal, but it wasn't ever 90, right? And it was just, it was fun. Like you would save. At least I did. I'd have like a save like every few turns. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it was so fun and just like you said, very brutal. That was those kind of games like XCOM. Fallout 1, 2, Baldur's Gate 3 just came out. Well, it didn't just come out. I guess it's been a couple years now. But like those games right there, oh my God, dude. I will forget time exists playing those games. I love them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. I mean, I probably failed math class like 6 times because I just always playing Baldur's Gate till 3 a.m. instead of studying.
That's it.
So, I mean, I remember like playing UO back in the day. You know that song that plays when UO loads up?
Uh-huh.
My mom knew that song.
That's great.
And so she'd hear that song at like 1 a.m, like, what the hell are you doing in there? You're supposed to be sleeping.
That's great.
So I was obsessed with all the RPG games back in the day. Early 90s, mid 90s.
Yeah, they really did good with that. One song is Create, and the other one is Stones. I mean, there's a lot in the old Ultima, like the MIDI songs and stuff, but those are the two like really popular ones. And it's so funny because it's MIDI music or MIDI. I don't know how you say it, but MIDI, and it's like, like original tones that the computers made back then, and for some reason it's just beautiful, weird music that's great still to this day.
Something about being limited to a certain number of sounds, just the artist had to go the extra level. Like all the old Final Fantasy games, just the music on there, all the old Super Nintendo games.
Yeah, Final Fantasy, it's definitely good music.
There's a band out in Arizona called the Mini Bosses. You ever heard of them?
No.
They do like covers of like Metroid and all the Nintendo songs, Mario Brothers 3, like on guitar, like 2-3 guitars, drummers.
That's cool.
So if you're ever out that way, you should check them out. I don't know if they still tour, but they used to probably 10-12 years ago.
That's cool.
They do all the MIDI classics.
Oh, MIDI Bosses.
Their name is the Mini Bosses.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Arizona. So I don't even know if they're still around, but they used to do all those all those MIDI songs from Super Nintendo and stuff.
Check them out. I'll check them out. I'm sure I can find them on YouTube or something. So like where'd the name Edgar Martinez come from? Is it something you've been running around with in Ultima Online forever? Is it what's kind of?
So I've only been using the handle since I started UO Outlands, but it's a Seattle Mariner. He's a Hall of Fame baseball player.
Got it.
So Edgar Martinez is my favorite player of all time. He's just such a hero to me as a kid. So when I logged into UO for like the first time, Outlands anyway, I was like obsessed with watching old Mariners like reruns of like Edgar Martinez, hitting a double in the ALCS in like 1995. And so when you're first starting on a UO, you pick a name just kind of randomly.
Yeah.
And so it kind of came from that. But I also picked Edgar Martinez because I wanted a name that kind of put it out there that I spoke Spanish, because I like to like study Spanish, and I was looking for a guild that spoke Spanish when I first started. So I picked a name that kind of put it out there. Edgar Martinez is a Spanish name, so that's really the only reason for it.
So that's cool. So Spanish is not your native language. You just you learned it, and you came here, but you wanted to be in a Spanish speaking guild just to kind of practice that in.
Well, that's how I learned Spanish. I played WoW in Spanish and like Fallout 4 in Spanish. So it's just kind of trying to do two things at once, game and then learn something. So
props to you, man. That's cool. That's really cool. I mean, I guess
my Spanish is a lot better now. I mean, it started out pretty rough, but I'm also married to a Spanish speaker. But
okay. Yeah. So like in their family, do they speak Spanish primarily? And so like family events, you're over there speaking Spanish.
They're actually right now at this moment having there's like a group of them in the living room. They're doing like a study group because they're in a college class to learn English. So they're still learning.
Yeah. Well, English is much more difficult to learn than Spanish, to my understanding, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Spanish is easy. But, English, we don't follow our own rules. So we're always breaking our own rules, and that's really confusing to them because Spanish follows every rule. Yeah. It's a very big difference.
Well, we have those things, sight words. It's like you're just supposed to know what it is. It's called a sight word because you look at it and just like what you said, it breaks the rules. But hey, it's a sight word, so it's okay. Interesting. So Ultima Online. How long have you been playing Ultima Online itself? Not necessarily Outlands, just UO.
Well, I bought the game probably on launch, probably the first week. Okay. 97. Yeah. And I think I quit probably before. I don't think I ever played with Trammel. I remember being incensed that it would exist, and that I went on to EverQuest, I think. So I was like OG launch day when people were putting like houses in the middle of the road so you couldn't get through, and the game was all weird. But oh man, it was just such a good experience that there's never been a game like it. Back now we're used to like games coming out, but back then there had never been anything like it. It was so revolutionary at the time. It literally was the first MMO. So I was there 97 running around, getting my little pack horse, running up to the thing, getting the little stones, and just thinking it was so trippy. You could just double click on the little mining axe and click on the little rocks and get
Yeah.
just thinking that was so revolutionary at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I told my friend, I was trying to get friends to play it with me, and I can remember telling this guy like, "Oh, we can go hunting for deer," because he was real outdoorsy, and I was telling him like we can get bow and arrows and like shoot deer, and so I got him to create a character, and we put on our bow and arrows with our 50 tactics, 50 archery, freshly created ones, and we go and double click a greater hind, and it killed us both. And he was like, "This game's stupid. Let's go outside." And I was like, "Okay, fine." But it didn't work out very well. He wasn't much of a gamer.
Yeah, me and all my friends were like the total opposite. We were like, "You could just click on the bow and attack the hind. That's amazing."
Yeah, yeah. Hey, I was the same way, and so was Beltane, and my father and everybody. But I just really was trying to get anybody and everybody I could to play it, and I was like, okay, well, he likes outdoors and hunting, so I'll just try to go this route. And it didn't really work. I mean, I was 13, 14, 15, 14 at the time, something like that. But
UO doesn't hold back when it comes to the nerdiness. Like, you look at the little paper doll, you look at all the graphics, and like they're like going all in on that like nerdy Dungeons and Dragon kid vibe. And somehow it works.
On the box, I guess it's called the Hildebrand art or what have you, but the old picture or whatever, I can remember just staring at that for forever and just being like, oh well, there's lizardmen, so that must be like the lizardmen area, and just like thinking I want to go over there and fight that, and you just pick apart that whole art. It's on the skateboard over there, but it's just so
that
cool.
First image on I know what you're talking about. You could just go through every little thing on there, because I actually played Ultima 7, Blackgate, and Ultima 8. So, dude, when I saw that box, I was like, there it all is. That's like the ogres, the Anks, the everything.
What was your favorite Ultima outside of online? What was your favorite Ultima?
Ultima 7, Blackgate for sure.
Yeah,
that is such a good game. Serpent Isles is pretty good too. It's a little more linear, but they're such good RPGs. I just love the dialogue. I love the stories. What a great game.
Yeah. Have you done, this is going to get a little ahead, but whatever. Have you done like Time Dungeon or seen the Prev library on tests that Eric's working on?
I haven't really. I did time with some of the MMX guys when I was in there, but I didn't really. It was before the update when they added the quests and stuff.
Gotcha.
So it was mostly just about the difficulty and going down to the different levels and
the reason
stuff down there.
Reason I bring it up is when you get involved in it, you're gonna really fall in love with it. A lot of it due to the fact that you've played all the other Ultimas, and you probably remember some of that lore. There's a lot of the quest and the little hidden stuff in there that references a lot of time or a lot of the older Ultimas, including even part of the map. You'll be like, oh, I remember this from Pagan, Blackgate, or what have you, where the people that have played those, they really get all like nerded out. I can remember some. I played bits and pieces of those Ultimas growing up, but nothing to the extent to call myself like I've played all of the Ultima. You know what I mean? So
I definitely haven't replayed them for a while. I mean, I played them in the 90s. So
yeah.
I remember you had to make like a boot disc to get it to actually load, which was just insane. I was like 13 years old trying to create a boot disk on like a DOS prompt computer, and I had no computer skills whatsoever. It probably took me a month to get the game to load after I actually bought it. It was like this huge accomplishment.
Yeah.
So, but I don't remember a whole lot about the game. I just remember I really loved it. Just, and so much of like the UO that we play now is still in there. Like just the idea that you can move anything and that stuff that's in your bag is somewhere in your bag.
Yeah.
Just the nature of the world, and all the NPCs have like a schedule and they go to sleep. And if after work, they go to the bar and get a drink and then they go back. Like it was just so, we're talking like 93 when it came out, 92.
Yeah.
Basically they had all that stuff in there. So it's just revolutionary.
It is cool.
Like, even Bethesda today can't keep up with what they were doing back in like the early 90s.
Sure. Yeah. Hey, new Skyrim eventually. I don't know. What do you think? 2040?
Maybe a new edition of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
New edition of it. I don't think Skyrim Grandma's going to make it, man. I don't think she's going to make it.
No. That's cool, man. So, you played pretty much at launch, 2 weeks. What was the driving force that got you to play it? Was it just you and your friends playing Dungeons and Dragons, and obviously somebody came to the table and was like, "Hey, there's this game coming out. We all got to play it," or what?
I just remember my friend's his brother-in-law, so his older brother-in-law just came in and was like, "Dude, you can build a house. You could put a little anvil in it. You can take your guy out there and you can click on the stones and bring them back to your house and make swords." I was like, "Oh, I'm in."
Yeah.
All the way.
Yeah.
That sounds like the coolest thing I've ever heard. And I remember like following, because we would stand behind him as he would play, because we were like 13, 14 or whatever. And he'd have his little shepherd's crook and he'd be like trying to tame a sheep or something. And, "Hey, will you be my friend?" And
Yeah.
start just laughing our asses off like it was the funniest thing we'd ever seen. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were all in day one. Just like I said, it's an extension from all our role playing and Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. So
you and your group of friends played together, like at launch too.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We were just running around. Like we actually made thieves and did the Britain graveyard thieving thing and the crossroads over by Britain. And then I remember we had like a little group in Minnock, and we would do like this no plate rule. So we would, like, anyone that came in with plate, we'd like, "Drop your plate or we're gonna kill you," kind of thing. You've trespassed in our territory wearing plate mail. We have a plate mail rule, no plate mail allowed. And people would drop their plate and we'd take it and stuff.
Yeah, that's fun.
So, and we were just kids, though. We were just having such a good time. Yeah. I remember my friend used to just smoke weed. I didn't smoke weed as a kid, but my friend did, and he would tame animals for like 8 hours straight, and I just would hear him laughing. Oh, I thought it was the funniest thing. He thought taming little sheep and birds and stuff while stoned was the greatest gaming experience of his life.
Well, and the sounds were like iconic, the cat meowing, the chicken clucking, the hind screaming, just all the noises. You'd hear a grizzly bear and you're like, "Oh shit, where is it?" You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Yeah, like I remember when I was looking up builds on Outlands and stuff, and they're like, "This is the best, Dexter build," and I'm like, "I'm only doing macing because I like the sound effect." Man.
Yeah.
Okay. The only weapon skill I will ever use is macing.
Stay away from fencing. Stay away from bing, bing. It's the worst.
And I played UO for like 3 years. I never once made a fencer. Not even if they said fencing was OP and you'd make the best character in the game with fencing, I'm like, forget that.
The sound is god awful.
Yeah, that's like of all the great sounds I have in the game, that's the one where I think, oh my God, what were they thinking?
So you guys kind of started, using your imagination, having fun, stealing from people, saying, "Hey, drop your plate," which that to me is like the funnest gameplay. Like when you create the content, which to me is creating content. Like, "Hey, this is a no plate zone, drop all your plate." If they don't, I would assume you guys either stole from them or killed them or whatever, but they would drop their plate and then you'd have a full set and you could do what you will with it. But like, did your play style evolve over the years? Was it just kind of, did you continue to have fun and things like that? Or
we were pretty young, so I don't know how evolved it got. We were kind of antagonistic. We used to dress up we used to role play and stuff, and then but we could PvP pretty good back in the day. Like we had like GM swords, GM archery, and magery and stuff. Yeah. So we'd be like dress up like role players and been talking like old English and stuff, and then pick fights with people, and they would think because we were role players we couldn't actually fight, and then we clean the floor with them, so to speak. So kind of like gray baiting nowadays, but we were just kids. So.
That's how it is.
But we made our little guilds and stuff, and it kind of fizzled out after a while. But we would just try to like hold areas. So like we would just kind of say like shame level 4, that's our turf. Yeah. Whatever goes, we were like the mob bosses of shame level 4 for like probably a year.
Yeah.
I just remember that just being so fun. Like that's something you don't get in MMOs where you can affect the game. Mm-hmm. We affect shame level 4. You can't do that in WoW. You can't really affect an area.
Yeah.
Like that. Like whatever goes on, we're a part of it in that level of that dungeon. You can't do that in any other game. So I remember doing that quite a bit.
I think you hit the nail on the head, man, about that. To me, like that right there makes a game so much better when you are part of the real part of the game, right? Rather than instanced everything, like a lot of games now, you just kind of sit in a hub, right? The town, and you queue up for whatever, whether it's PvP or PvM or a big raid or a dungeon or whatever, and then it like puts you in a group of X amount of people, or you have your friends and you guys do it either way. But to your point of being able to go down to Shane level 4, put a blockade down there, and just you're on our turf, pay the tax, or we're gonna kill you, or whatever you guys did. Like, that right there creates so much fun, man, and just interaction that it's hard to get these days.
And I'm hoping MMOs take that turn to trying to. I mean, because UO came up with this in '97, and then immediately because of WoW, they just forgot all about it. I feel like there's no game out there. I think Ashes of Creation was trying to recreate what UO did in '97, and I was really sad to see it, go down in flames. But I'm hoping that MMOs take that lesson that you got to let the players loose on each other, because that's where like the sense of immersion comes from, and the sense of accomplishment and character building comes from. Is you've got to be able to affect each other. And WoW, you can't affect anybody. You're just there.
Right.
You're all just solo playing the game, and it just doesn't feel like you're interacting at all.
Agreed.
It's just like a solo game that you're chatting with each other, but you can't affect each other at all. So
right. Yeah,
I couldn't agree more.
I've been playing Midnight. I'm up to level 86 right now, and the last 6 levels, I have not talked to a single person. Even in the 2 dungeons that I did, I haven't said anything. Now, I've said stuff in my Discord and our like text thing with my friends and stuff like that, but I'm not out in the world being like, haha, that was fun, interacting with people or what have you. And then whereas in Outlands, I mean, Saturday night I was running around polymorphed as a dog, telling people to pet me and pay the cheese tax, and they were creating cheese and giving it to me, and that's you can do that in these types of games, and I didn't get to play any Ashes of Creation. I don't really know what I was waiting on, because I would watch my friend Supreme Lebowski play it and Grizzlock talk about it, and I was just like, man, that looks like a lot of fun, but I just didn't jump on at the time, and it's unfortunate, because it's like you said, they were kind of saying the exact same thing. Like, it's weird because it's kind of got the WoW feeling of like the fluid combat and the good graphics and what have you, but it's also, you're getting a little bit more, you're getting some player interaction, which you don't get in any MMO today. So
they're I feel like video games are just afraid. They're afraid to let players loose on each other. They're afraid because they feel like they're not in control of it anymore. They're afraid that the community will get out of their control and that some people won't like it. And I feel like Outlands is like the format for how to do that. Like, it has maintained like a really good balance between the PvM and the PvP, and just letting players loose on each other. Model that I don't see in any MMO that's available right now. And I played them all. I tried like the year before I started Outlands. I tried every MMO there was, and that's why I came back to you. It's the only one where you can actually affect the game world.
Yeah, I feel your pain completely. I've played a lot of MMOs, and there's some that you'll see like this trailer for. You'll watch somebody on Twitch play it, and you just are like, that game looks so much fun. I really want to try that. And you just dive all in, and you're just, I don't know, man, it feels such like a chore. You know what I mean? Like it's I don't mind grindy, and I like that whole like, I like grindy. That's fine, but it just doesn't. I guess at the end of the day, I'm just kind of left feeling like, what for? You know what I mean? Like, what for? And
for, with WoW, I'm with that same way. Whenever I played WoW for a couple weeks, I remember I got sick of Outlands for like when I first started, because I was getting PK'd like literally 4 times, 5 times a day. PKs were really bad that year and a half ago when I started, and I played WoW for like 2 weeks, and I just remember that same exact statement you just said. What's the point? What's the point of this? Like, there's no risk. If I die, I don't lose my stuff. I can't affect other people. We can't even affect the way that they move around the game world. Like, and it just seems pointless. You're right.
Yeah,
I really like that in Outlands you drop all your gear. Yeah, it sounds like crazy. Like, because I get attached to, like, you get an Aberide spell book, you get all this. The fact that you can drop that stuff makes it feel like it's mine. Like, I have this. This is mine. It's an actual thing in the game, and I am holding on to it.
Yeah,
and it's not just some entitlement that's on my character forever. Like, I got to hang on to this. This is my thing. These are my things in my bag, and I put them in this physical place in my bag. And if I die, someone's going to take them, and it's going to go somewhere else. Like,
Yeah.
for me, that gives it a purpose and a risk that
Yeah.
I just have to have it. I don't think I could play an MMO without dropping all my shit. I don't think I could.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just it's like you said, it creates that ownership, and man, even if it's valuable, but it's not like game breaking valuable, you know what I mean? It still gives you that little adrenaline rush, you know, when you're about to die and you're like, shit.
Yeah.
You know,
you just picked up a couple of research materials and you're like, I should have left the dungeon 20 minutes ago. And
yeah,
you know, it just makes you feel something. It makes you feel excited. It makes you feel like it matters, you know.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta have that. You gotta have it.
And you die and you say, crap, that sucks. Or you get out and you're just like, yes.
Yeah.
And
right.
I honestly don't remember the last time. And I play Warcraft like on and off pretty frequently. And I'm lucky enough to have a pretty decent group of friends that will play it with me. And we just kind of focus on what we're doing together. Right. And so that part makes it fun. But at the end of the day, during our playtime, there's not one time where I'm going, yes. But if I play Outlands, I'm doing it like quite a bit, you know, and that's what makes it, oh man, so much fun.
It's so special. Yeah, I they should make a WoW server where you drop all your shit. They really should. That would be something else.
Yeah.
I would play that. I would get all pissed and stuff. I mean, like when I die in Outlands, I get upset. Probably more than a sane or rational person should. I get pissed. When I get PK'd, I am so pissed off. But like that's why I enjoy it, because of those highs and those lows, you know? Like when I turn the tables on a PK and actually take one down, like there's nothing like that in the world for me. Like after someone because when I started Outlands, I was so new. I didn't even remember how to like recall. I didn't remember how to like set my bandages and stuff. So when I would get PK'd, I'd get so pissed. It would take forever. So now after a year and a half, if I turn the tables on a PK and kill them, it's just like the top of the world. And like you need those lows to have those highs.
Yeah, I think you're right, 100%. So did you ever play any other free servers, other Ultima Online?
No, I came straight down and I watched your videos a lot, and I was like, man, UO is still kicking. Who's this Pawn Star guy? You know, because you were like, you have more content out there than the actual Ultima Online servers do.
Yeah.
And so, I came straight to Outlands. I did try Unchained for a bit, and I did try UO Forever, and they were great.
Yeah.
But I felt like because their population is lower, you're really susceptible to PK. So you just like run around in a dungeon. You're the only one in there. And then a PK shows up and he gets you, and that's it. And I was like, it's not really that fun. So, that's the extent of my different servers. They're really cool. I think Unchained has a really cool system. I like their questing. It looks really interesting. But like I said, the low population and the high PK count made it a little rough.
Yeah. There's a lot to
and that's when I was like brand new, so I didn't even know how to PvP. So it's not a good server if you're not up for that.
Yeah. So I used to play on UO Forever. That was like the first pretty custom and, to your point, popular server that I played on. You know, at the time I was playing, it was just before and right after Outlands launched. And so population was pretty high. It wasn't as high as what Outlands is today or anything like that. And of course, it was the old map, so people are spread out substantially more, right? But, you know, you'd do a champ spawn and you would know that, one of the opposing guilds is about to raid it. So you'd have your PvPers on to block it and stuff. And it was fun. A lot of good interactions. And I met some great people, some that I still play with today, and things like that. But what I liked about it was you could level your pets. You could level your pets. You could level. There was these like talismans that you would level, and it just created this like customization and classes to a degree. You know what I mean? Which I thought was a lot of fun. Ultimately, though, Outlands launched, and a friend Beltane sent me a picture of his launcher, and he said, I'm going to go ahead and try it after people had been saying nonstop, like, hey, come to Outlands, and this and that. And I was like, all right, cool. And I was already kind of dwindling down on Forever. And so I did try it. And to your point of the population, my favorite thing is that, the map, they they could easily just put a whole bunch of landmass on there for more housing and more POIs and more dungeons and all that stuff. But they tend to do really well with keeping it very busy in the dungeons, keeping it busy in the overworld, you know, based on the population as well, right? So it's like it feels very full, the server does, but it's also not like, you know, it's super crowded. It's crowded, don't get me wrong, but I like that if I go down into a dungeon, there's going to be people whose names I've seen before. There's going to be people who I know pretty well, and then there's also going to be some people that I've never seen before or what have you. But like, it kind of gives that who's who. You know what I mean? Those who's who vibes, and you know that Edgar Martinez is going to be down in Crawl 3 killing those bugs in that corner just about every evening or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
And you see Pwncast run up, and you're like, oh, here he comes, my rope, about to get stolen or whatever, you know? Yeah. I like that. I like that sense, and I hope that the population, it's fine if it increases, don't get me wrong, but I hope that it keeps that whole, like, you sort of know who's who, but you may not know everybody in great detail thing. So
I'm always inspired by, like, every day I'll see like a guild going in to do a boss run, and I don't even know who they are. I'm like, how do I not know this whole guild? There's like 12 people. Like, what is going on? Yeah. I play this game every day, and you know, it'd be some random guild, and I don't know a single person on there. And to me, that's always inspiring. This server is healthy. Like, they got this whole guild that I have never even seen before doing a boss run. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, and used to that, I guess they still do, but used to, like, those bosses would get raided all the time. It was like
it's been bad lately. I do remember, like I said, I started 540 days ago.
Okay,
and we used to get raided like every other time we'd go boss runs, but nowadays it has trimmed down a bit, which is good. But boss runs getting raided I feel like are pretty hard on the community. You got a bunch of new people in there. It is cool though; it's a lot of fun. But yeah, I think it's a little more balanced now.
When did 540 days in? You know, that's coming up on, what is that, a year and a half? I'm great at math.
Yeah,
I also played Ultima too late and did not study math. But either way, so year and a half in. When did Outlands like click for you? Because, you know, there's always that like moment that everything just kind of fits and you start kind of catch your stride, I guess.
I think when I finally, after like maybe 3 or 4 or 5 months, I made a PvP character, because I would just convince myself that it was too hard. I wouldn't be able to figure it out. It's been too long since I played, and MMX just had like the best DFP crew at the time.
Yeah.
Oh, they were so good. It just Slams is such a good caller, and I made a PvP guy, and I started actually doing PvP, and like, I wasn't good. It wasn't good at all, but I realized how approachable it was and how easy it was to at least affect the game through PvP.
Yeah.
And I remember remember Miss 6?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Epic PK killed me like every morning. I'd get in and I'd go to like the new Wildlands content. Miss 6 would kill me and I'd go to work. Like, that was like, and I remember one day Miss 6 showed up and I recalled away off my PVMer and I showed up with my PvPer. And I casted telekinesis on myself. Like, this was this new trick I just learned. And I fought Miss 6 to a standstill. And I was like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, this is the shit. I want a PvP all the time now. That's awesome. Yeah. So
And you're at work just thinking about it all day, right?
Yeah, like I fought Miss 6 to a standstill. Like, I obviously did pretty bad, but just because the way an Alchemage works, like, she, or I don't know if it's a he or she, but couldn't drop me, you know? So at that moment, I was like, I can PvP. This is going to be awesome.
So Slams was in Sin with me. And to your point, yes, Slams is like so nice and patient. And I can remember, as new people would jump in, because when Slams was in Sin, he was like, hey, we're doing DFPs all the time. You know what I mean? And anytime somebody new would get in there, he would like work with them to figure out targeting and stuff like that. Like, he's great, man. So you would be a good one.
Like you just said, he everything you just said, he did. Yeah. He took me through how to get the targets, go to this in Razor. This is how you said, because it's different for someone that's just learning the game. It's like another language.
It is.
Yeah. And like scripting, and he's just so smart about the game and so smart about the PvP, especially the group PvP. So doing those DFPs with him for like the first few months, those were some wild times. Him and I think Apostle. If you know him,
Apostle.
Yeah, he was an MMX, so we used to do DFPs with him. Man, that guy is just watching him do those like rope teleports into EQs into like groups of 6 people.
Yeah,
there's nothing like that, man. That is such a baller move, and he's so good at it. That that's the hook for PvP for me.
Yeah, and that's it. It's funny because PvP and Outlands and Ultima really in general, it's like easy to get into, but it's very difficult to like just do it. You know what I mean? And then to your point earlier of like the targeting and setting up the hotkeys and macros, it's like a whole other part of the game. It's a whole other language. A lot of times people will like encourage you to switch where your hotkeys are, and you know, maybe your Explod's way over on Alt Q, and then your E-Bolt's all the way over on numpad 3, and it's like the worst possible area it is, and so your muscle memory, you got to train that again. And really the thing though is just hotkeys and learning it and targeting. But once you get that, it's so funny because every single person that really starts getting involved in PvP, that becomes, I mean, yes, they still will PVM and stuff, don't get me wrong, but like that really becomes a lot of the game for them. A lot of people leave PvP on the table just because of, I don't know, it's kind of hard, that guy's just too good, I don't really want to learn. You know what I mean? It's that you just got to jump out there and learn it.
It seems unapproachable, but it is so approachable. Like like with Overwatch and with like all the groups that I have, like a group of friends from MMX and a group of friends from Bear. We take all the like new players and we're just like, here's how you make a PvP guy. E-Bolt, Explode, weaken this guy and take them through the basics of it. And once they start doing it, it's fun to see them start getting addicted to doing like the PK callouts.
Yeah.
So all those like anti-PK guys you see from like Bear and Pat, a lot of them are brand new. And so they're just following like Xylex and like, the really good PvPers. And then they're just seeing like, okay, he did this, and that. I guess I could try that too. And then they're starting to replicate it. And but it doesn't seem approachable, but it's definitely approachable.
Yeah. And also, it's funny because if you go into like PvP chat on Discord, it's so funny because it's rumored to be super toxic. And hey, I'm not going to lie, parts of it is. Some people are.
Yeah.
But in reality, every single one of those people, if you were to say, hey, can you help me set up targeting? 90% of them are going to be like, yes, of course. Like
they're super snooty about PvP, but they're super cool about teaching PvP. Like,
yeah.
Like if you suck at PvP, they will tell you, but then they will help you remedy that. Which is something I've experienced many times. I
think, for me, it's just like leave the ego at the door and just, have fun with it. And people are going to be very helpful for you. There is people that, man, if you kill them, they're going to be in your DMs and just telling you how bad you suck. And you're like, man, I'm playing a game, and if I suck, I killed you. So that really must suck.
I mean, like we've killed a few people because we do the PK callouts, and they'll say like, oh, it took 7 of you to kill us. And I'm like, dude, I always prefer 20. 20 to 1 is my. We can't really fit that many people on the screen, but if we could, that's the ideal situation, because we're just playing. We're role players, so we're trying to like role play the world, and the world is you're the bandit, and we're trying to stop the bandit, and that's it. Like we don't care. We don't care if you're better at PvP than us. It's not really important.
Right. So we're having fun. You're a criminal. You're out there murdering people or stealing people's shit, and we're the cops. So sorry.
Like, read my title. It says Sheriff of Bear. I mean, what am I supposed to do? I prefer to have 10 people. That way you don't get away.
Yeah, that's it.
So,
it is fun though with the when people do call out like a Zerg this or Zerg that, and to me, man, it's like, look, we're playing an open world game where there's choices and consequences, and I can either decide I'm going to go out there and do something that's probably going to get me killed by myself, or I can bring some friends. And it's the same on the opposition side, right? I understand when people will say like, I only respect the anti-blue PKs or the PKs that are solo. I totally can understand that, but at the same time, I can't fault anybody for bringing their friends. I can't, because it's literally a game of open world choice. And, I don't really want to stop anybody from being able to have freedom, right? To bring their friends, if that makes sense. So,
I mean, like as a role player, like I want to see like 8 orcs take over, the society dungeon on the weekend. That's a moment, that's an event. That's something happening in the game. And it sucks for the players getting killed. And we always try to bring as many people to fight PKs because we want people that have been PK to see, look, there's people that are good people that are trying to come and they're trying to help you, and the game isn't all that bad, and you can join us and come help us fight the PKs too.
So, right. Yeah.
As an open world RPG game, I think being good at PvP is important, but being better at UO is more important. I always say, like I said in one of my videos, that PKs are going to be better at PvP, so you need to be better at UO.
Yeah.
Plan out your gameplay, plan out what you're going to do, your strategy, your friends, how you're going to deal with them. And if you're better at UO, you can still win, even if you're not good at PvP.
That's it, man. That's it. So you talked a little bit about being, the sheriff of Bear, and working with like Xylex and the other anti-PK, anti-thief group. Tell us tell us about the Bear Guild and kind of what's going on there.
So I've only been in there Bear for like a few months. I left MMX because they had PKs in their guild, and I just decided I wanted to role play as like an anti-PK character, so I couldn't be in a guild with any PKs at all. So I left MMX probably 3 or 4 months ago, and so I'm kind of new to Bear, but they're a role-playing guild. It's kind of like light role-playing, like they're not talking in Old English all the time. It's more just like they try to play characters and they try to play the game world as like druids that are there to protect, as wardens of the game and of the game world. And they're just really good guys. They have like the best group of people for PVM content, and I mean, their anti-PK group is absolutely ruthless. Like if one of their members is actually killed, you'll see 8, 9, 10 of them show up. And even after the PK is killed, it becomes a little hangout for a minute, so they're really inspiring when it comes to like, helping their bros out and playing the game like as role players. So
yeah.
Good Gracious is really awesome. Potato One, just to do some shout outs. And then they're in the alliance with Path. So like as far as like anti-PK stuff, I don't know if you've ever seen like El Macra running around. I love that guy. He's just anytime Macra's around, I'm like, okay, something's popping up. Macra's here. What are we doing?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I've had Path PD. I always call it Path PD. When Path shows up, and if I'm streaming, I hit the little Bad Boys song, the cops theme song, and they start chasing.
And my goal for Bear, and I think Bear's goal is we want the same respect. We want the same, Bear's here. Or like if the PKs are running like, there's a member of Bear, there's going to be like 10 of them here in 10 seconds. Like I want that to be the mindset that PKs have. Like, if there's someone at Bear, they're going to call it out, and there's going to be 5, 6 people here in a second.
I'll have to get a Bear roaring sound clip. So when I see Bear, I'll go, oh shit, Bear's here, and then play that. Like, roar.
We eat PKs. I made that. I don't know if they would sanction that. They're more role playing than that. But that's a Edgar Martinez original.
I like it though. It is, and hey, you know what? In the near future, we're supposed to have like druid aspect. Both melee, spellcasting, all that. That'll be exciting.
They're gonna be all over that. If you're gonna be into the druid update, you should join Bear. They're gonna be all over. I'm not sure what they've got cooking yet, but they already do events. Like role-playing events, like role-playing as druids, and so they're going to be all over it. It's going to be a huge part of our gameplay going forward, I think.
I like it, man. I like it. Was it Doc Randy was the GM originally? I could be wrong there, but is he still the GM? Who's the GM?
He's still the GM as far as I know. He's still around. And then Morty is like kind of like the second in command, or like the guy that helps run the guild. Yep. I mean, there's so many others too.
So if somebody wanted to join Bear, how would they do that?
Just get on the Discord. You go to the recruitment page. Like they're on the Outlands Discord recruiting. You can add it there. You get a message from probably Morty in a second, and join the guild, and you'll have people to help you with PVM. And if you need help with PvP, me and a couple of guys take care of that. So it's your all-purpose guild. You can do PVM, you can do PvP. The only rule is you can't have any PKs and you can't have any red hands.
Yeah, yeah.
So no pawn stars, unfortunately.
Yeah, part of it. I've went on some time runs with you guys a few times.
Oh yeah, they do it I think it's every Sunday.
Yeah,
and I see them. And I've never really gotten into time because there's no PKs there. But
there used to be. I don't know, probably not anymore, but there used to be.
Level one. Anytime someone does a call in time, I'm like, good luck, guys. I ain't going there. I don't have high enough. I don't have enough links and aspect for that.
Yeah. When I was doing time actively, like before the update and stuff, I don't know. I'm gonna say last year. I could be wrong on that time frame, but there was a handful of like 3 or 4 guys that were just causing so much chaos down and deep in time and stuff. And
yeah, I experienced that too. Yeah, they'd pull mobs on you, and all you got to do is wall someone, and you wipe their whole guild.
Yeah, what sucked about it was, like GT, for instance, he was a big one. He'd come and he'd drag monsters. Maybe we'd live, maybe we wouldn't. It doesn't matter. But if we did live, then, if we killed him on site, well, we get murder counts. And then he would just go res and come right back and do it again. And so it's like, we're kind of like, well, shit, we can't really defend ourselves because we're going to go red. That's literally the only way we're going to be able to defend ourselves is by going red and taking, multiple murder counts. So it was kind of a weird flaw in the system. I was always just like, time really should just be lawless, in my opinion. But that wasn't shared with everybody. But it is what it is. It was part of the game, I guess. But it was definitely kind of a pain in the ass because, it's like if we're down in SSC and people are pulling monsters on me, it's at least like manageable. You know what I mean? Like I can handle that. But in time, man, you get one wrong monster on you, and you're just like, well, we're dead. All 8 of us. Yeah.
Huntsman or whatever. Yeah, I used to do those time runs back in the day, and they had an effect on my marriage. Those time runs, you'd be in there for like 2-3 hours.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you can't really log off as easy in there. That's for sure.
And then you just die and walk out as a ghost because you gotta go.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I gotta go loot my corpse and just kill yourself.
So Outlands Overwatch, your YouTube channel, man, I got to give you so much credit, dude. I really do. I think it's been 45 days, 60 days, 2 months, right? Something like that. And
only a month. My first real video was a month ago.
Okay,
or maybe 5 weeks.
Like I really pride myself on seeing a new Outlands creator and watching a video or some of their videos and stuff, and a lot of them, I'm really happy anytime somebody makes content, but a lot of them are just like, here's a PvP montage and that's that, and those are wonderful. I'm not knocking those by any means, but when I see somebody,
I love those.
Yeah, but when I see somebody that is giving some kind of information or teaching in some way, shape, or form, those really hold a special place in my heart because of what you talked about early on when we started talking about this game isn't the easiest to learn. It really isn't. It's got all these little tiny nuances that if you don't know, then you're kind of fucked. And that's the reality of it. And your channel has done such a good job of hey, you said it earlier, cast telekinesis on yourself. This one trick that PKs hate, cast telekinesis.
Oh my gosh, they hate it.
Yeah.
I remember asking about it in the PvP channel, and they're like, oh no, that doesn't do nothing, don't worry about that. Kind of thing. Jumping around, I'm like, sounds like they don't want me to know this, so I should make a video about that.
There you go. And your channel's filled with them. Also options settings and long form videos of breaking down your PvP fights. It's just, dude, they're so good, and you can tell I'm getting excited about it because there's definitely a need for that, and I think it's so cool that it's coming from Bear Guild and you talking about it, especially a year and a half in, and you're out there just putting yourself out there saying, hey, this is how you can defend yourself. It's really cool.
Right. Yeah. So Overwatch is 100% dedicated to fighting PKs, no offense, but we just like I know when I was a new player, the thing that made me want to quit the game was PKs. And so the server is just dedicated to not necessarily becoming this ultimate anti-PK PvP fighter guy, but how to like deal with PKs and how to exist in the game world, because PvP is not an option in Outlands. So I'm trying to like blur the line between being a PvM player and being a PvP player, and help people realize that they can fight back and that they can survive. And yeah, just like anything that's just some stupid trick that a PK can use on new players to just kill 10, 12 people an hour. I want to get rid of that. And because it's a sandbox game, I don't think Owen and the server needs to change rules. What I think we just need, to educate and get the word out there. Like you make a video about casting telekinesis. If everybody watched that video, all these alchemy mages would have to change their builds. So we would change the game world, and you wouldn't need to change any rules.
Yeah.
So I really hope that the channel could just help any new player see that PvP is part of the game, but it's not overwhelming.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked, and it's very true, but you posted, even against thieves, you said, poll, who would open this box? And it's like a crate. And everybody's like, no, not a chance. Yeah. Not opening it. And it doesn't even have to be locked or trapped or anything. And I used to say this back in the day. I'm like, there's about a 50% chance this box is actually even trapped. And like we would do like a little joke on stream, like, do we open it or not? And then we'd open it and it might open, or we would open it and we would die, and it was funny. But you're 100% right. Like 99 out of 100 thieves are not going to open that. The only reason I did was because I was streaming and I asked chat, should I open this or not? You know what I mean? Like, otherwise I wouldn't dare.
Well, I can say everything on my channel is something that I experienced the hard way first, and then I'm like, okay, how do I deal with this? Like thieves, oh my gosh, dude! First few months, I got a research material, boom, gone.
Yeah.
How do I? Okay, I'm going to put it in this bag. Oh, he can still get to it. Okay, how do I hide it so he can get it? And then I watched your videos and watched. Okay, so he's changing the interface. So I'm going to put like 4 different bags at each.
Yeah.
And so I want to make videos that make that process quicker and easier for new players. Well, for everybody. I mean, who doesn't know? I mean, the other day I was learning how to do my societies and realized that you could set, because I don't really do a lot of societies, but how you could change the settings to only make it to stop when you've made a certain amount of exceptional gear. I actually didn't know about that until like yesterday. So I made a little video about it. Like, sorry guys, I'm an idiot, but someone might need to know this. I'm making a video about it.
Yeah. I don't think there's any like bad content when it comes to giving value. You know what I mean? Like, and you said it in that video, actually. You're like, it just might be something you overlooked. I can't remember the exact words you said, but it's like, I get it. This is something very simple, but not everybody may know this. And you're 100% right.
It's not not all of it's intuitive. I mean, you got 27 years of development in this client, in this game, and you go to like the general settings and it's literally like the Encyclopedia Britannica of game options.
Right.
Because every year they're adding 2 or 3 things, they're changing this, and it just piles up. And for a new player coming into it, it's not intuitive at all, because they're not going from 27 years of knowledge with this new setting.
Yeah.
So anything I can figure out, I'll make a quick video. I mean, like, I'm not an expert. I've only been playing the game a year and a half, but if I see something that has a huge effect on how I play the game, I'll make a video about it immediately.
Yeah, I think it's huge, and there's never anything that's not, somebody's not going to get value from it. You know what I mean? And if you don't, it's just like, oh yeah, okay. Like, it doesn't hurt anything. You know what I mean? Yeah, it just helps, though.
A YouTube video.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a YouTube junkie, man. Like, the whole reason I'm playing on Outlands is because I saw your videos on YouTube. And so I just want to, keep that going and make videos about things that I enjoy in the game and hope somebody sees it. Like, I'll try this server out. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
that's it, man. You just got to encourage everybody to make videos, and, that's the big thing. Anybody and everybody should make them.
The crush of videos on YouTube for Outlands is its best advertisement in the MMO space. So yeah, everybody should. Dude, anytime you have a cool PvP video, just clip it up and throw it up there. I watch all those videos, man.
Me too. Yeah.
Anyone that makes like little PvP videos, you can send them to me in my direct messages and I'll go watch them. I just think it's, when I'm at work and I'm bored, I will watch like the PvP videos and look like, oh, that's a cool combo, how he did that. And,
yeah. There's some good ones out there, man. There's some people that I'm just like, God dang, he's good,
Yeah. Yeah, none of my videos are inspiring in that way, but yeah, I do enjoy watching them.
We talked a little bit about it likely, but what are like some big suggestions? Let's say I'm a new player and I'm obviously getting upset with PKs and thieves. Like what are some big suggestions you would tell them?
Dude, if you're upset with thieves and PKs, number one thing you should do is join Bear, join Path, join like there's two big alliances. So, we've got CTS, LC, Bear, Path. If you join any of those guilds, you're going to get the same thing. You're going to get just help with PKs, help with thieves, and just this huge group of people that are all just dedicated to making Outlands like a good, positive experience for everybody. So the guild that you're in is the most important thing, hands down. If you're having trouble with PKs, join a guild that's going to show up anytime you get PK'd. So that's my number one thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And join the Overwatch Discord. I have a Discord, and you can chat with anybody there about what you're dealing with in the game, and they'll help you.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, it's helpful, man. Having a community, ability to ask questions, and then like you said, man, you guys over there in Bear, I'm sure the other guilds that you mentioned too, but have people that are, at the helm ready to teach you how to do the targeting. Excuse me, and e-bolt and whatever else, drop walls at the right times and set up your hotkeys. Which that's it, man. Once you get that down, you're almost golden.
Even guilds that don't do like I was in AU and we were in alliance with Squeeze, and those Squeeze guys were so good at helping other players. They were always doing like big farming groups and going down to crawl level 3. Cool, and taking all the new players out there. So it's not just an anti-PK guild thing. Like, if you're having trouble with PKs, just find a guild that's going to help you grow as a player and like get you into big groups so that you can go farm anywhere. And so, yeah, guild is the answer every time.
Yeah. So, your YouTube channel, the guild that you're in, it's very anti-PK, anti-thief. Now, the rule set of Outlands, is it? Do you like the rule set? Do you have any critiques of it? There's no wrong answer here, by the way. I mean, this is just,
I think the changes they made after I started to kind of make it so the PKs can't just like hit and run, jump in a dungeon, kill some people, grab their shit, and get out real fast. I'm glad that they made some changes to that. But
that was like the Black Crow stuff, right? I think the crows
before
and
the
Black
Ravens.
Marks. Okay.
Yeah, so they made it so that people can respond to a PK and try to help their friend out and maybe even get their gear back. But I 100% support the full loot, full PvP system. It's an essential part of the game. I mean, I hate PKs. Like, no offense. I hate them. They piss me off when I get killed, when I see someone else get killed. But I want to have that in a game, that I actually, in the context of the game, I hate PKs. And I truly enjoy that. That makes sense.
No, I completely understand it, man. It sucks. Listen, it sucks when you die. It doesn't matter. It is what it is.
The only thing I would say is you want to make sure that like the PKs are bitching in Discord. I feel like that's the balance. If the PKs are bitching about not being successful PKing people, you've got a good balance going. Because like one PK being successful ruins like 10 players game hour or whatever. Most of us are in our 40s. We've carved out like 40 minutes of time to like game before our wife makes us go fix a shelf in the kitchen or something. And like, it's really shitty to have that 40 minutes taken away by a PK.
Yeah.
So I think you just have to have a balance where, I don't know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, but you think it's a pretty balance right now with the Ravens?
I think I think it's really balanced right now. I think it's good with the Ravens. Like if people can come and stop a PK before they get out of the dungeon with all this stuff. And I think they've done a really good job of balancing it. Like I said, I hate PKs and I want to see less of them. I mean, one of my friends, Scully, I don't know if you know him,
Scully.
PK Scully.
Yeah.
He said if he could make a macro in his computer to kill all PKs in the game of Outlands, he would make it and press that macro all day long. And I was like, dude, I'm the same way. What would I do if there was no PKs? I would be in Time Dungeon or something. I would do some other content. So I hate PKs, but I think there should be PKs. I think that there should be full loot. I think the risk has to be there. I think, my character's a role player. He's got to have some bad guys to chase.
Yeah.
And And I'm never worried that there's not, if you have full loot and full PvP, there's always going to be bad guys to chase. I'm not worried about it. No matter what changes Owen and them make, the PKs are still going to be there.
Agreed. Yeah, and it's exactly what you said, man. If they're complaining, but also if the Blues and the anti-PKs are complaining too. Owen, it's so funny because this is his argument, and I kind of agree with him. He's like, look, Reds bitch, Blues bitch. Sounds balanced,
right?
Oh
man, yeah. Like, I hate when I don't succeed. I hate when the PK gets it with the gear, and I'm like, oh man, they should change this, and that. But Owen's right. It's both sides got to be bitching. I like that. It's a really good point.
Yeah.
We bitch too. I'll tell you on our chat, we bitch. See that freaking Pawn Star? Oh my gosh, how do you get all those mobs to form? They got to fix the aggro. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, it is. It is what it is. It's just. For me, that's a lot of fun. I love it when I see one bear, one path, and it's like, I need to know. I need to make an assessment real quick. Okay, how much of other people's stuff do I have in my bag? And am I running straight for the gate? Am I hiding? Or am I going to have some fun with this guy? Because I know if I see bear path, and I screw with him, and I reset my PvP timer, man, there is plenty of time for 10 of you guys to come. And you will. You have the best reaction time of anybody out there, where it's like, and if I try to go out the front, well, guess what? I know that you guys are probably saying like, he's going down to 1, and then somebody recalls into the gold gate at 1, and they wall me, and I'm like, God dang it.
There's this guy, El Macra, and he has like a rune book and scripts to like go to the first gate, recall, and then immediately recall the town, and then immediately recall to the entrance to the dungeon.
That's great.
Because like as soon as we're like 12 steps behind Pawn Star, somebody will type out cut Nucero.
Yeah.
And that's all you got to say. And anyone that has a recall rune to the entrance to Nucero is going to go to the entrance to Nucero and try to get Pawn Star before he gets to the front of it.
Yeah.
And it's a fun dynamic, man.
Yeah, I love it.
It's super wild.
I love it.
And then we'll catch you guys run into like a house or something and try to catch you on the way there. And it's just crazy.
Yep. And if I make it out, man, it's just like the best feeling ever, dude. I mean, it's like, how did I do that? I don't know. I should have died. And then if I die, it's just like, well, that was a good run.
What's funny is like I'll do like anti-PK runs and I'll die like 4 times. I have like 6 or 7 PvP characters and I'll go through like half of them, and then I'll kill like 1 PK, and that's all I remember is that I killed that 1 PK, and I'll be like, I got him.
It feels fun. It's fun though. Yeah,
it's still worth it. Like even if it's funny. I just don't remember how many times I died fighting PKs. I just remember that one time that I got that guy and got some stuff back for him.
Did you have a grudge book? The little green books.
I've heard about it. I just never got it. I don't know. I'm bad with names, so
they've kind of
remember a PK's name. That means they're really good. I'm really bad with names.
They've drawn them back a little bit just because I guess it was, from my understanding, it was taking too much data, which makes sense, I guess. But now it's like only for a whole week. You know what I mean? Of like kills. So if you've killed me, then this week between now and reset, then it'll say like, Pwn Star killed in the ratio. But used to it was literally everything. And the same for snooping and stealing. And so like your book gets massive, right? But it's really cool to go back and be like, okay, so I killed Pwn Star 82 times, and he's killed me twice or what have you. Yeah, but now it's only for a week. Used to it was like literally the longevity of your character. But it's on the Prev vendor. I don't know how many Prev coins, but they're pretty cool. Book of Grudges, and then for stealing, there's a Book of Grifts. But yeah,
I should check that out. Sounds awesome.
Yeah,
like my Book of Grudges right now is up here, and it's only got a few names. So Shifter and like Mystics, maybe Pawn Star.
Shifter is slick, man. That guy.
He got me this morning. I don't know what I was doing. I was like 5 a.m. I was barely awake.
Yeah.
And I was on my PVM character with like 70 resist. I'm like, I'm gonna fight Shifter. Screw this guy.
Yeah. Well, you got to be able to. You got to be able to kill him without healing though, because he will
kill your eggs.
Yeah.
There's no amount of hiding of your eggs you can do unless you just like split them all up.
Yeah.
No, I kind of respect him. He seems like a role player. He's just basically like a rat from Flea Bottom or something. Run around stealing from everybody. I just hate that he hits all the newbies and stuff. I said, I usually fight him because I'm like, well, if I but if he's fighting me, he's not going to be picking on anyone else, you know.
That's true. That's true.
And a lot of my anti-PK stuff, I'm on like a PVM character with like full gear, and I'm fighting him thinking, well, at least they won't be able to get anyone else.
He'll leave after this loadout. No.
Yeah, I got plenty of money. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I like to, whether I'm PKing or I'm stealing. I mean, I'm at least going down to level 2, but it's always 3. You know, if it's level 2, like I'm looking at the person and I'm making sure that they're one in an expensive aspect. You know, like it's okay. You know, or I know who it is, and like I know that me stealing their rope, and if they fight me, like they know what they're doing. They know what they're getting themselves into. But I won't screw with people on level 1 or really much of 2. I like to screw with people, don't get me wrong, but I'm also not trying to just dick over a new player or anything like that. You know what I mean?
I don't know how bad stealing rope is
Fair.
hurting anybody.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
like I
but
said,
if it's at the top,
like,
I'm taking something else.
yeah. No, and that's fine. And they got to learn the game. I remember like someone would be like, hey, Pawn Star just ran into, you know, they used to tell me where you were. And I'm like, I got to get him. He stole that level 4 treasure map from me like 6 months ago. And I got to see if he has it on his body, you know, like joking around. Like, I got to get Pawn Star. He stole that treasure map from me that one time. I got it. So I don't know. It creates an experience as bad as it is sometimes. But I don't think you should. I mean, I think all PKs should know, don't kill the new players anywhere. I remember I used to be in like the Urk dungeon, the orc dungeon, and I would get killed. Then I'd go and re-equipping when you're a new player sucks.
Big time.
It's like you don't know where to get stuff. You don't have a shelf yet. I didn't even know what a shelf was until you made a video about it.
I wish shelves were just like something that you got off the beginning. Yeah.
They're so amazing. Yeah. So, but when you kill a new player, he's going to spend half hour getting his stuff because he doesn't know where to get it. He doesn't know. I remember I didn't know how to use the vendor mall or whatever. I didn't know how to use that. So I was literally running outside of Prev and trying to buy armor, and it's super expensive. And then someone would PK me while I was doing that.
Yeah, I'd be pissed. That's enough to make somebody quit.
And you don't want any new players to quit the game. Like the server's population is its number one resource. I really believe that. Like it's just such a cool experience to have so many people together in this giant server. And don't kill new players.
Yeah, it'd be cool if you have the young status, right? I wish that was more of like a, let's say 6 months. I'm pulling a number out of my butt, but like 6 months that it stayed at least by your name. Maybe you don't get the perks, right? But like once you leave shelter, it's like young plus. I don't know what it is, but it's just something that says like, hey, this is a new player. This account's only 6 months old or less. Yeah. And that way you got to really be a jerk to want to kill that person. And I get it, there's some people that have been playing 3 months that are like, well, I'm 20 links in because I just caught on super quick. That's different or whatever.
That was me. I have a ridiculous amount of links for how long I've been playing. It's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah. Hey, that's good.
It's 29 links now. I've only been playing a year and a half.
Wow. Yeah, that is very. I just hit 30 links. I guess it was in December this year. Maybe it was December last year. No, I don't remember. It was sometime last year. So like 5 years in.
You got to do those PvP all my characters PvP hybrids. I always am on a PvP hybrid. So like you can go from PvP to farming. I'll go on a PvP a PK call out. Be like, oh, he's not here. I'm going to kill this demon.
Yeah.
I got to get some society points here. Let's go.
Yeah. So. I do think that's really cool that you said that. Like the PvP hybrid templates, I think they're slept on quite a bit. I mean, everybody wants to do as much damage as they possibly can and, min-max. But then it's like...
Screw that.
Yeah, I want to have fun.
Everyone do your own thing, but, like, the game has PvP at any moment. You got to be ready. I don't leave my room without 80 resist anymore.
Yeah.
Because you think about, like, Classic UO in, like, 97, 98, 99, everybody was pretty even. You know, if a PK came into shame level 4, he had to get all the way down to level 4, and then he had to be able to deal with like all the players around him being about the same level of skills as him as far as like, the game mechanics. Yeah. So for me, that has like the classic UO feel. The classic UO feel is a PvP hybrid all the way. Yeah. Like the ability to turn the tables on a PK is just a necessity.
Like everybody had resist back then. You know what I mean? You didn't have templates without resist.
And it was kind of dumb because like Outlands has way more like diversity and like builds and stuff. But I feel like, in good gracious, one of my friends from Bear was mentioning this morning, that like he wishes that more of the skills in Outlands had more PvP applications to them.
Yeah.
Like 50% of the skills will do absolutely nothing for you in PvP. And if I could change anything about Outlands, I feel like more dynamic, like more skills that can be used in PvM and in PvP.
Yeah.
So that if a PvP attacks like a trapper, there's a build that he could possibly have that could turn the tables on him in some way.
Yeah.
So, but I highly recommend everybody make a PvP hybrid character. It is so fun to just be doing your societies, be doing your boss run, and they raid your boss run, and you're like the guy that they turn to help because they know that you're a PvP hybrid, and you can, like all of my PvP hybrids, a lot of them have necromancy, and the main reason I have that is because I want them to think that I don't have resist. Like, I want them to be like, oh, this guy's a summoner and he's got nothing.
Sure. Yep.
To be able to turn the tables on him. So, because I know necromancy doesn't do anything for PvP, but the ability to get in their head psychologically and have them make the wrong move.
Yep.
Because they'll press the attack way too far and not realize that those mummies are just for show. I actually have like PvP skills.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think that's the next big thing. I think you should make it. The next big Pawn Star streaming event should be Pawn Star, the PvP hybrid character.
I've got a couple videos of templates with that. Although the last one did not.
I really liked your the command one.
Yeah.
I don't have command aspect, but I remember when I saw that,
Sure.
my summoner build was really similar to that, and I was like, man, me and Pawn Star, we're like lining up here. This is amazing.
It's good.
I've been doing this for like the last year.
Yeah. It's fun, man. I just like being able to play any piece of content if I'm locked in an echo or something, you know what I mean, and still be able to do whatever. I can take, a PvP summoner, you can take it to a boss, you can take it to a dungeon flashpoint, you can take it to T8s, you can really do whatever. Is it going to be the best at that particular thing? No, but it's okay. You're gonna be fine. You know what I mean? As long as you can shoot an E-bolt and you can cast your spells and do some damage, you're contributing.
Yeah, and everybody hates PK. If you're on a PvP hybrid, you're not gonna be able to 1v1 a PK. But at the same time, everybody hates PKs. As soon as you start holding your own against a PK, that guy's gonna get jumped on. So that's the strength of a PvP hybrid, is that everybody hates PKs.
I would argue though, you can, even without like a PvP template. Once you kind of learn interrupts and things like that, man, you can really you can really. But I understand your point completely. I do. But okay, so here's a question for you, man. I know. Listen, you're making freaking top tier videos, and I love them. Are you, by chance, planning on doing any kind of streaming? I know Xylex has been done like some, Thief and PK Hunter. Barely There's been doing it more recently.
Barely's great.
Yeah, I like it. It's really cool. I actually was doing this the other day, just what he does, where I was just running in a dungeon. I was faction flagged, and just picking up stuff that nobody else had looted. And then if I saw somebody that was orange or gray or red, I would attack them, right? And that's exactly what Barely There does. And I was like, well, I'll just do this I got an hour, Are you thinking about streaming is really my long-winded question. I mean, that'd be really cool.
I don't know. I feel like there would be a lot of like an angry Latina in the background screaming at me in too many of the videos to make it viable. I guess some people might enjoy watching that.
I was gonna say that could be part of the content.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I would really have to carve out some hours to do that. I think some anti-PKs, I think some PvP hybrid farming would be cool. I know in MMX, and we still do it, we do what we call Farm Against the Machine.
Okay.
Friday and Saturday nights. And that's where we get on a group of like PvP hybrids and farm.
Yep.
In like the most hostile place imaginable, like the Society dungeon, the Challenger dungeon. And we'll be on like level 1 or 2, like in their transit area, and just like farming our little, and then the PK show up and we start attacking them. And so I think there might be something there, but I haven't really thought about it. Like I said, that the difficulty with the anti-PK stuff is for streaming and whatnot, is that you don't really choose the combat. You're just waiting for it to kind of show up, and then you got to get there. And there's going to be a lot of just like, because anti-PK work is like work. Like you get called to try to help one of your guildies out. You're going all the way to level 3, Nucero, carving through all that. Oh, PK gated. Oh, all right. So it takes a lot of patience. And I don't know how much. I don't really know how streaming works a whole lot. I watch a lot of streams when I'm at work, but I don't watch a lot of streams at home. So if I'm at home, I'll just play the game itself.
I understand.
But yeah, I feel like the content Barely's done pretty good though. I think Barely and Xylex, they're much better at PvP than I am, and I think that they're carrying the torch right now. Whether I will or not, I don't know.
I would say don't let time be a constraint for you. I mean, I'm streaming 1 day a week at this point. I think Barely there is too, and Xylex might be once a month. But like. I think it's just so neat because the Outlands community is so, I mean, we're all like 40, you know what I mean? Somewhere around there, give or take 10, 15 years, whatever, but we're all around 40. And I think people are just genuinely happy to see people stream. I personally, I mean, shit, I've been talking to you for an hour and a half now. You're a pretty personable guy, man. I think you'd be all right just rambling on with chat and, streaming 1-2 days a week, whatever. Running down there, doing whatever you're doing, whether it's anti-PK and farming on your PvP summoner and level 2, 3 and doing call-outs. I don't know. I'm just saying where there's a will, there's a way, especially when it comes to Outland streaming because, it's... You don't have to treat it like a full-time job like some people do, man. There's guys like Leginnis, like Evil Fireblade, dude. They will stream 16 hours for in 1 day and then go to sleep and wake up and do it again. Well, Leginnis does that during Torches, And then EFB is an 8-hour a day guy. Yeah, it's great.
I love if I could play 8 hours a day, I would.
Yes, yeah. But you don't have. My point in saying all that is like it doesn't have to be that way, So.
Well, I think the content that we do is dynamic and entertaining, and it's something that we kind of developed just playing it's a sandbox game. We've created this content. I think the PK callouts and the farming on a hybrid stuff is so interesting. So you might have a point there. It's something that I think some people might want to see. I know, like when I was a blue and I saw PK take me down, and then another blue would show up from my guild and kill them. That was like tops for me. So if you could stream that, I think there's an audience of blues out there that want to see the PK get it, So
definitely.
You might be I mean, you should make an anti-PK stream. That's what I want to see. OnStar anti-PK stream. Like,
that's great.
Let all your friends know, hey, this Saturday I'm coming for you, asshole.
Hey, Ben,
no hard feelings.
Honestly,
they would love it. They would love it.
Honestly, most of my buddies are there in Path and CTS and LC and and all those. Yeah. Although lately I've been mostly doing factions and arena. That's pretty much it.
And the arena stuff too. Yeah, I've been watching some of that. Man. Yeah, it's awesome.
It's fun.
I need to do more arena and PvP. Like I said, I focus so much on like organizing the anti-PK stuff that I'm actually not very good at PvP because it doesn't. Yeah. What you really need to be good at is getting 5 or 6 people somewhere at once, by 2 or 3 PKs, and then PvP skills come second. So the arena stuff I've been seeing you doing is good. I want to get more involved in that, and then the new the PvP update they just did with the 3 versus 3 and stuff.
Proving Grounds.
I want to make some videos about that too. So.
Yeah. Proving Grounds are cool, man. Yeah, it's just 3v3, 4v4, 5v5. You can turn on or off mounts. There's 2 different arenas. You can mess with the health bars, whether they disappear when you off screen or not. And there's one other option I can't remember. But anyways, it's really cool. There's literally no reward. There is no elo or ranking system. It's just good, fun fights. So maybe, let's just do this. Maybe there's like, you take 3 guys from Bear and 3 guys from Path, and it's like, let's duel it out. Let's have some fun. You could do a little
less hard, easier to organize than like a DFP because you don't need as many people, and it's balanced and it's always fair. I think from what you're describing, I think it would be really good for teaching people the PvP as well.
Yes.
Get like a 2v2, 3v3. Get some image, go through like how to do drops and stuff. So that was the first thing I thought when I read it, was like, this would be really good to teach PvP.
Yeah,
I've been using the arena to teach PvP for months, and like to do multiple people, I think would be really cool.
Yeah, I think Proving Grounds is a very good choice for that because, like I said, you can either be mounted or not, and then it's you got like, hey, we're just gonna go out, 4 of us, and we're gonna all practice sink dumping, sinking on a guy and while they're running or whatever, and I think that's really cool. A lot you can do with that, but. So what's the future kind of look like for your channel? YouTube. I mean, what do you kind of got in the pipeline?
Well, I mean, our channel is dedicated 100% to fighting PKs and helping new players with PvP. So as the game changes and as there's updates coming, we're gonna keep on that. Any changes in the game, any tricks we hear about, any things that we can relate to people to help them with their UO Outlands experience, and that's it, man. I don't know. Like I said, we try to keep it real focused. Like my Discord channel, it says it has a charter on it, the Overwatch Discord channel charter, and it says help people fight PKs. That's it. That's our charter. So,
now, can I be in that even though I'm a thief and PK?
Yeah, you're
okay.
Welcome there. All everyone's welcome at Overwatch. But yeah, it's kind of just like the Outlands PvP channel. We're kind of like the opposite of that. It's for people that aren't good at PvP that want to talk about PvP. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Not in a bad way, but it's just the anti-PK Discord channel just help new players get into this PvP scene. So.
That's good. I'll put a link to it in the comments that way of this. That way people can be in on it, and of course, obviously, I always put like your Twitch or your YouTube and all that good stuff as well. But
appreciate it, man.
You're a resource, man. I just hope people continue to use it and learn and all that stuff, man. It's awesome what you're doing.
So yeah, we just really, really love Outlands, and we just want to make it a better gaming experience for everybody. We want to have a positive influence on the game. So any and all things we can think of to do that, that's what our channel is going to do in the future.
What would you have any suggestions for anybody that's wanting to get into making videos or anything?
Yeah, just Outlands and UO is objectively entertaining and charming. So just record your experiences on there. Try to get some clips of that and post them up. I mean, that's all I started doing was like, oh, this little PK battle we got, and we killed this PK. Like for as someone who got PK'd like 4 or 5 times a day, every time I kill a PK is like a moment. It's like an event, And so they're like, I could just record this and post it on YouTube, and so it's really UO does the work for you. Just record what you're doing in the game, and when you have like a fun little moment that's kind of random and unexpected, post it up. And go from there.
I like it. I always have 3 questions at the end, but you had something about like lightning round questions, right?
Oh yeah, we got the Pawn Star questions.
Okay,
this pulled up.
All right, I'm getting questions.
All right, this is the lightning round. You got 5 seconds to answer. Okay.
Oh boy. Okay.
If you were on the History Channel Pawn Stars, what would you try to pawn, and how much would you want for it?
Okay, so I guess okay, I gotta grab it. This was, I wouldn't actually pawn this, but for the sake of argument, I'll talk about it. This was sent to me from Syntax of GG. It is a skateboard. It's a skateboard.
No way.
Yeah, and it's Vossrelpoor, and it's got the reagents on the bottom for gate. And then this is that Hildebrand art, right? That's on the inside of the...
That is epic.
And this is the grip tape. Yeah, and so...
Dang, dude.
Yeah.
And you could say, I'll pawn it to you for, $1 million.
The other thing, though, and it's funny because... it's actually Pawn Star, but everybody says Pawn Star. Everybody does, literally.
Yeah, Pawn Star.
Yeah. But yeah, that's that. And how much would I want with this? I would say it's priceless, man. I mean,
Oh, that's priceless. I wouldn't sell it for nothing, dude.
Yeah, it'll be up behind me soon.
You should get some insurance on that thing. That's a relic right there.
Yeah.
So my friend Flexi wants to know, have you ever made it to Waffle Champion?
Yes, Flexi, Flexecutioner, Flexi the Mexi. Yes, I have made it to Waffle Champion. He recommended that to me here in Oklahoma City. Oh, man. I don't remember if we were in City back on UO Forever or if we were in Sin at the time, but it's been a while.
All right, well, we'll let Flexi know that you've made it. All right. How big of a donation would it take for you to shave off your beard?
Not doing it. I'll end the stream. I will end the stream.
All right. Because my price for my beard is $5. Anybody? I just started growing this a week ago. I was like, I'm going to be on Pawn Star. I should grow a beard.
Yeah.
And $5, guys. The Pawn Star is priceless. You're not getting that beard off him. Not happening.
No.
All right. These are silly questions here. How many ropes are you going to steal before you finally got enough?
I think last I looked, the shelf has like 20,000 of them, and I've never created a rope in game at all. So,
dude, that's funny. It's funny you mention that because I've actually never crafted leather armor before. Because anytime I see a dead PK, I just loot their leather armor.
Yeah.
Because I hate gathering. I hate crafting. I hate doing it. Like it's funny. The game is so big and so broad that there's stuff in the game that I actually just absolutely hate.
Yeah.
And have never done. But yeah, I've got probably, I think I have like 300 leather sets in my shelf.
Nice.
And I've never once crafted one. So it's funny you mentioned that. All right. Well, we'll try to keep this quick. Has Whiskey Saturday ever turned into passed out in the bathtub Sunday?
Thankfully, no. Although Thursday night, I was in Malibu area in California, and I met up with Italian Spartacus, who's in the One Guild, and he also is dude, this guy's got 600,000 subscribers on YouTube. He's big league, right?
Wow.
But I went and partied with him and his friends, and at the end of the night, thankfully I made it back to the hotel, but I was actually throwing up, and my girlfriend was taking care of me. And this last Saturday, oh yeah, it was
brings
embarrassing.
You closer to. She loves that.
Yeah, and so this Saturday, I was. It was the hardest start to a Whiskey Saturday ever. I was like, I don't want to do this, but I have to. So it turned out really good. Yeah.
It was just brown water in those bottles, right?
Yeah. Don't tell anybody.
That's funny, man. All right, let's see. Oh, this is an important question. How much do you love the Seattle Mariners? Pick one. A lot, more than a lot. I would name my next child Jay Buhner.
I am so sorry. I'm not a baseball fan, man. Please don't hate me anymore, since I'm a PK and a thief, and now I don't even like baseball.
All right. Well, I'm going to put you down for a lot then.
There we go. I'll go with it. Yeah, that's fine.
You heard it. You heard it here. He likes the Mariners a lot.
Yep.
All right. That's the last one. The last question was, when are you going to start a stream for anti-PK? But we already went over that. So
there we go.
I think that'd be a hit. I think it would be a hit. The Pawn Star anti-PK stream. I think that'd be revolutionary.
Yeah.
Heard it here.
And then I can just play the Bad Boy song literally the entire stream. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Yeehaw would take on a whole new meaning.
It would. Cowboy cop things. So if you could make a suggestion to Outlands and they had to do it, what would that be?
I think it would be really cool if there was some kind of achievements for like killing PK specifically in the dungeon. I think any kind of achievement, just even if it was just a scorecard, that might be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I know I've heard that they're worried about people exploiting that. So I feel like if the reward was kind of more just because even if people exploited that, you would know who the anti-PKers actually are. Like, we know who they are.
Yeah.
So I think that, because I know there's some achievements for PKing.
In the arena, they have achievements for it, but they don't give any achievement points. Right, and so it could be the same with that. Like, you get an achievement, but you don't get any achievement points.
I genuinely want to see how many bodies El Macra has. Like, it's got to be in the thousands. Like, I want to see that number. I want it to be official.
Yeah.
So, and I think if it was like inside the dungeon, that would be harder to exploit. Because it's a lot of effort. Go in a dungeon, kill the PK.
Sure.
Points. So, I think that might be it.
Like it. What? Then two more. What other games are you excited about? Do you play any other games? What's something coming out soon? Yeah.
So I kind of just started playing Outlands as like a I'm gonna learn some more Spanish moment, and I don't play any other games, dude. I don't know. I think I just.
It's a common answer.
I love, I just don't have the time. And so, like, my kids have finally gotten old enough, and my life's changed enough that I can start playing games again. So.
Yeah.
From like 2005 until now, I haven't played hardly anything. Maybe just Bethesda games, Fallout 4, Skyrim.
Yeah.
I love Obsidian, everything that they've done. I've probably beaten Fallout New Vegas like 10 times.
So, are you digging the Fallout series?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
It's so good. Just everything is perfect. Like
Yeah.
the set design, the sound effects, the
Yeah.
way that like the Fallout like quest music will play when they like finish a task
Yeah.
in the show. It's like, oh man,
The
they knocked it out of the park.
with the
Second season's not
sniper,
as good.
with the
Yeah,
sniper, with the yeah.
and the
Yeah.
Death Claw.
Yeah.
Man, and the Death Claws look so cool. So I
Yeah.
can't believe they're making a show like that now. As a kid, that would have just blown my mind.
Yeah, it's very good. Way better than I expected it to be.
Oh yeah, I thought it was going to be trash. Like,
Yeah.
How could you? But they just did it so true to form. So.
Yeah. And they put these little nuances, you know what I mean? That like only the people that have played the games catch. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And like little Easter eggs. I think it's perfect. So.
Well, I remember like Nolan or whatever the producer was like, yeah, I love Fallout. I'm obsessed with Fallout New Vegas. I played all, and when you hear that from like a video game adaptation, you're like, bullshit.
Yeah.
But you watch like the first episode of Fallout, like I think this Nolan guy loves Fallout. Like he clearly played Fallout like a lot because it's all in there. Like the feel of it is just perfect. So
yeah, Fallout games have been wonderful, and the series has been just as good. I'm looking forward to more Fallout games. I hope they don't just sit on Fallout 76, that MMO, forever. I don't think they will, but
I still play it. It's not bad.
Is it?
If I feel like I only play Fallout 76 when UO Outlands is having a server patch update.
Makes sense.
But but I played Fallout 76 for like 20 minutes a month or something.
My friend Hangslow in Squeezed, he plays 76 here and there, kind of off and on. He enjoys it, he's like, it's Fallout 76. It is what it is. It's fun. I think his cousin or somebody plays it with him. I can't remember who, but pretty cool.
It's totally worth playing. If you love Fallout, I played Fallout 1 and 2 obsessively, so you just get that nostalgia from it.
Yeah. And then the last question, who should be the next guest on the Pwncast?
I would say El Macro, but I don't think El Macro would do like a voice Pwncast thing. Maybe Ba Shot Smooth Brain.
Yeah.
Saints Crossed.
Yeah. I got a lot of content with him beating my ass.
Yeah. So he has an inspiring way of putting walls in front of PKs. So I feel like, and he's just so committed to the cause, and he's a role player, and he just like this noble warrior trying to do good in the game. I think he'd be a great guy to have on.
He's a lot of fun. So like, there's been a lot of times, he'll come up and he'll be like, "Being good today." And I'm like, "Oh yes, officer. I sure am, officer."
Yeah.
And then like
seriously.
we'll have like a conversation, and then like I'm acting like I'm killing this demon. I'm like, "Help me kill it. He's beating me." And so he'll like start attacking the demon, and then I'll steal something from his bag, and then I'll yeehaw and run off, and he's like, "Stop right there." You know what I mean? And it's just such a good interaction, man.
Yeah, he's awesome. So definitely one of the top 10. Or you probably had Xylex already on here, but yeah.
I haven't. Xylex is that guy, he has killed me quite a bit. He's really good as well.
He's good. Oh my gosh, dude. I saw him in SSC2 do against 3 PKs by himself. And I was following him. I'm like, and it was so full of mobs. I don't know if it was like fast respawn. I'm like, I'm not going up there. And he went up there by himself. I mean, of course they died to the mobs, but he pressured those PKs to the point where they couldn't get out. All 3 of them died. So just on that alone, you should get him on the show.
I mean, to me, in dungeon PvP, if you're not using monsters to help you, you're doing it wrong. Like that's
totally part of it.
Yeah, that's part of it. The monsters are there. You use your environment. So
yeah, we use monsters to kill PKs too. You try to put a wall between them. Try to get them to get cut off between like the mobs and you, so that they have to either press into you or press into the mobs. So
right.
It goes both ways for sure.
Yeah, that's where like I think if somebody wants like set PvP, 1v1, 2v2, go to the arena. You want 3v3, 4v4, 5v5 with no monsters, go to Proving Grounds. Other than that, you're just gonna have to deal with the randomness that happens and the unpredictability that happens in an open world like Ultima Online. Whether that be monsters, whether that be people jumping in and fighting you when you're fighting this guy, like that's part of it. That's the randomness and unpredictability. So
that's a game world, man.
That's it.
Like I said, we were always trying to get 20v1 versus PK. So
I'll take it.
That's how we deal.
That's a hell of a clip when I get away.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But you have. We've chased you with dozens, man. You're good. Top tier for sure.
I like running. Well, cool, man. I seriously, I do appreciate you, you taking the time to be on here. More so, I appreciate the content that you've done. Like I said, man, 45 days in making content, and it's caught my eye like you wouldn't believe. I'm like, this guy knows what the Outlands community needs to see and hear, and he's definitely bringing value to the community. So, props, man.
Well, it's an honor, man. It's an honor. Dude, I watched your videos when I first started this server. I watched every video. I just went to your channel, like literally watched like every video you made. My first summoner build, I made like carbon copy from you did like a newbie character builds you should do, and explaining such a good video and explaining the pros and cons of each build and like how fun they would be. And I copied it to a T, and I used that for like the first 5 months. So
Awesome.
I want to thank you for that. Yeah. So hopefully I can play it forward.
Yeah, you are, man. You are. So, well, man, I guess that's that. You got anything else? Yeah, where can people find you? I mean, we know, but YouTube and
yeah, we're on Discord. Yeah, we're on YouTube and Discord. Send me a message.
Cool. Awesome. All right. I appreciate you. Pwncast Gaming out.